Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Yo, what's going on? Guess what? We're out and about this week. Okay. Welcome to this week's episode of Tarot Vibes TV. You know what time it is, okay? This week, we have a special guest, okay? We are at a spicy world, okay? Everybody say hello to Miss Spice.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a good day.
Yeah.
I feel
You
good.
feeling really good?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Me too. So you're our first official guest, so I'm really excited too. So thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Guys, listen. Well, first and foremost, tell them who you are and tell them where we're at.
Okay, so my name is Spice. Welcome to a spicy world. I am a self-taught artist and entrepreneur. I've been in this space currently since June, and this is basically a holistic art shop. So I sell all my jewelry. I have jewelry here. I have all my art. I have rolling trays. We have candles. I have a couple of other vendors too. Sell incense, Palo Santo, a whole bunch of good stuff. And we also do wellness events. Meditation Monday, every single Monday. Tarot Tuesday with the lovely Leslie. I also have Michaela doing tarot readings as well. Open mic every Friday.
Yeah, come check her out.
Okay, it's a bunch of stuff going on. But yeah.
Listen, you have to come. You have to check out the vibe. So all the artwork on the walls, who drew this?
This is all me. Everything. The walls, ceiling, everything.
Yeah. Listen to me. So we're gonna, of course, input a tour in here somewhere in the clip, right? But so this is all you. So what was your, what was really the inspiration when you seen the space and decided you were gonna do the art?
So it wasn't by choice. I actually did this art for someone else, a friend, a year or so ago, maybe two. And I had full creative range, so this was all my idea, but the neon wasn't my idea. They gave me the paint and I was like, ooh, I love neon. And I started with the Aries sign, and she wasn't supposed to be Aries, it wasn't supposed to be zodiac at all. I literally was just freestyling. So I started with the lady on the table, that's Aries, I'm an Aries too, so gang. But yeah, so I did her, and then they were like, oh, like with these colors and everything, we should make it a zodiac lounge. So then I continued all along the walls and just kind of thought it all up on my way. Yeah.
Yes, I like the flow of this. I like just the color scheme. I know you said they gave you the paint, but I like the way you used it. Like it's a really good expression of your energy. Like it really, really is. So yeah, and look how you kind of manifested the space.
Yeah.
So this is really dope. Like,
Yeah.
okay. Shout out to our young entrepreneurs doing things around here.
Thank you.
So, okay. So you said you do meditation Mondays and tarot Tuesdays, and you said open mic and what else?
So I'm going to be starting doing drawing classes. I was doing paint and sips, but paint and sips is kind of like dwindling down. So I'm trying to spice it up a little bit and offer a little bit more just guidance, because everybody wants to learn how to draw, you know what I'm saying? And I like to say it's muscle memory, so I feel like teaching drawing, just little simple drawing classes, we can sit and do some figures and stuff.
So quickly, how did you get into drawing? Like when did that spark in you?
It was always in me. Like I was drawing ever since I was younger. I really think it had to do with my mom, because she would like sit with me after school and just draw. Like me and my sister, like we would have like at least an hour after school we would just draw with my mom. Yeah. But like, they're not super artistic. I don't know. I feel like I was kind of born with it, a little bit. But
some of us are just born with certain things.
So but my mom definitely helped me mold that a little bit, because I'm left-handed, so I had like terrible handwriting. So she would like make me rewrite all my stuff. So now my handwriting is pretty decent. But yeah, I just stuck with it after a while and I did go to school, but I didn't go to school for art. I was only in school for a year, and I think that was kind of what forced me into art, because I didn't feel like I fit in school, like in college. I didn't know what I was doing. So
you were like, this isn't really for me.
Right. I was like, it's not for me. I know how to make my bread, so I'm gonna just focus on what makes me happy. So I put everything into it after that. I was, working multiple jobs, but I was always focused on business. So.
It's okay. Let's get a little personal or spiritual, right? How have you used your art in your own healing, on your healing journey?
Art and healing has been really interesting with me, or for me, because I never put meaning into my art. Like at first, it was just like I'm just drawing, I'm doing what I want to do, I'm gonna see what I can do, and like it was always like, let me push myself, let me like surprise myself. So like part of the surprise would be like the finished product, but it would also be the meaning that I find in the painting after I did it. So I would like learn about myself through my art. So like there were periods in my life where I didn't really understand what was going on with me mentally, but then I would look back at my art like months later, or have other people talk to me about my art and give their intake, and it'd be like, dang, like that's really what I'm going through, low key. Like, so yeah, art and healing has been like an interesting journey for me.
Yeah. Well, I just asked because, you know, like I said, you can tell that you put your energy into your art.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking. So, okay, what got you here in the spiritual, you know, realm?
I also think that is something that has always been instilled in me. I feel like at a young age, I was always aware. Like, so, and like being brought up in a Black church, it made me curious. Like, it made me like you would feel this, like you would feel things, but like you would also see things that didn't make sense to you. You know what I mean? So it made me believe, but it also made me question things. Yeah. So the older I got, the more curious I got, and I feel like that's when it switched from me. Because I was the type, when I was in middle school, I was reading the Bible. Like, we had, like, books that we would read. At the end of the day, I was reading the Bible. Like, that's how religious I was. Like, I wanted to be that close with spirit. But, like, as I'm reading, I'm like, these things, like, some of this stuff not really making sense. So, yeah, I started doing my own research, and things went from being religious to being spiritual.
So okay, let's dance on a controversial topic really quickly.
Okay.
So since you went from being religious to spiritual, how do you find, like, or do you find anything from the religious aspect of it still carries over into your spiritual practice?
Yes, definitely. I feel like my spiritual journey, at least right now, is learning as much as I can from these religious practices, because I feel like there's truth in everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's all a big puzzle, and you have to put all the pieces together to get the real truth. Yes. So I don't deny any truth in the Bible or like any other religious practices, because I feel like you can find truth in anything. I like to eat the meat and leave the bones.
Say that again.
Eat the meat, leave the bones, okay?
No, because I think that's one of the biggest parts people forget. People just go, and with anything, right? Oh, I don't do that no more, so I'm just going to leave everything behind. And it's like, there might have been something there still for you that you need moving forward. It might not just be, oh, leave everything behind. Right. It's always a method to the madness, right? So, okay, in your spiritual journey, tell me some of the modalities that you use for yourself. Like, what are some of the things that help you out when you're going through whatever you might be going through?
Meditation, breath work, definitely breath work. Like, I feel like I was relying on breath work so much for a period of time where like it was becoming hard for me to like rely on it. So breath work is definitely a big one for me. Meditation, more so recently. When it comes to like asking for guidance, tarot. When it comes to manifestation, I love candle magic. I love all that good stuff.
Okay. So I kind of feel like, you know, it's like right on cue, right? And I'm just speaking from my own journey, because when I first started, it was like, and I'm not saying for what you know, but think about it, right? We're breath work, that's an element, that's our air element, right? So we're doing candles and stuff, that's our earth element, right? Yeah. So we're working through all the different elements. You could even throw tarot in there if you want, but right, we're working through the different elements of life in ourselves. So that's your confirmation that you right on cue, because once you start working them elements of yourself, I think, right, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. Well, let me ask you first. What do you think our purpose is even for being here?
Experience, growth, connection, reflection.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm great. Because I was just gonna say, but it was like, well, let me just ask you first, because I was gonna ask, like, or just say, I feel like that's one of the main purposes for us to be here is we have to experience things, we have to go through things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the only way we grow. You don't grow. I feel like you can grow or gain a better understanding of something from reading it, but until you actually implement it, use it, walk through it.
Mm-hmm. I'm a hands-on learner. Like, you could say something to me all you want, you can hand me directions, like, but I'm gonna most likely figure it out myself. Like,
oh, okay, so you like me. We get the tables and stuff from Walmart or whatever, and we like, oh no.
I might skim it a little bit, like, oh, okay, that's what that
because
is.
I need to know exactly what these parts are.
Exactly. Yeah, but once I got the parts, I'm good at putting puzzles together.
Especially now, though, because everything you just kind of snap together.
That's a fact. Okay, snap, maybe screw a little bit. Like,
there you go. It's like, if I can't figure this shelf out, then something's wrong. Something is wrong with me. So, I feel like I'm jumping around a little bit, but your walls are really intriguing me. How long have you been here in this space? I don't think you mentioned that. How long have you been here?
I've been in this space since June.
Oh, since June?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, see?
Yeah. Okay.
Again, did you even say the address?
No. So we're at 861 Madison Ave, Albany, New York. Come through. Okay.
Okay. I didn't mean to chop it up like that, but guys, literally I'm sitting here and I'm kind of going back through what we're saying, and I'm like, you did not drop the most important thing, which is
my bad, y'all.
the address.
She didn't tell me I was going to be on TV until today, right?
Well, the element of surprise, right? So, yeah, but I really I didn't want you to get off camera and tell them the most important part, which is where to come.
A Spicy World. 861
861
Madison Ave, Albany, New York.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so back to kind of what we were saying here. So, let me ask you a question, right? What do you think of incarnations? Like, what do you think about, do you believe we have other incarnations? Do you believe we reincarnate? Or is it just like
I think we reincarnate until we learn a specific set of lessons or complete a specific mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, like, you might come into this life, and say I'm your mom, right? Mm-hmm. And in the next life, you might be my mom. And we might be going through the same stuff because we didn't learn the same lessons, but now we have to flip-flop to maybe try it again from another perspective. So.
Ooh, so that's good, because that reminds me, I was watching this story on a social media site, right? And this lady was saying how she fell in love with her son. So I reposted it and asked people in the spiritual community, right? Since we do believe in that right there, the fact that I can be born, my mom's mom, I can be whoever, is it possible that that was her man in another incarnation?
Yeah.
And so
I believe so.
Caused a little bit of a riot, right? But it's like, is there really a line? If we believe that there's a such thing as incarnation, and I could be, I'm not always going to incarnate as my mom's daughter, right? So what would stop that from being
possible? I don't know.
Okay.
It makes sense to me.
So it's like, I ask questions that I like to challenge thought processes, right? Because if we subscribe to certain notions, almost like eating meat, right? When I was a strict alkaline vegan, this is what I used to say to meat eaters all the time. So if you're saying, you eat chickens and cows and pigs and goats and lamb, what's wrong with a horse, a cat, a dog, a rat, a pigeon?
Yeah.
Like, where do we draw these lines if we're saying
that this is okay? What's the difference?
Where do we draw these lines? Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know. Because I might eat some chicken, but I don't know about a pigeon. I don't know. And I was 7 years pescatarian until like a couple months ago. So I just started eating chicken again. I'm like, this is like my cheat year.
And you know what's funny? So when I was younger, my grandfather used to say, he used to feed us plates of food. Got hungry? Okay, make you a plate of food. We would start eating it, and then he would ask us, was it good? We was like, oh yeah, my food was good. He was like, what was it? The second he said that, after like the third time, that's when we all knew we were like, not eating.
What are we eating? What are you feeding us?
Y'all, listen to me. This man done fed us rabbit, raccoon, snake.
Oh my god.
The list. I don't even want to go. Of course, deer. Right? He was a hunter.
Wow.
He was a hunter. And my grandfather was born in 1910. So
he said, I'm going to get this grub. I'll be back.
like, where did you just go and get this raccoon from? Because nowadays raccoons got rabies and stuff. You just gave us raccoon. But my point is, when you eat it, right? A lot of times we thought it was chicken.
I mean, like for me, season it. It don't taste different.
Okay. A lot of times we were under the assumption that this was chicken. So you get it? So it's like, are we really just drawing the line or saying we can't because of preconceived notions of what these are? That's a pigeon. That's a horse. Horse meat might taste like oxtail.
Okay.
Right? I mean, I would never know, but
right.
Okay.
I never even had oxtail.
Oh, so I used to have that too. When I ate, that's why I tell people, and just sidebar, right? I used to tell people all the time, before I stopped eating meat, I ate everything. So when people would say to me, like, I can't stop eating meat, like...
That's how I felt too, because I was a heavy meat eater. Yes. Yeah, like heavy. I didn't eat like a bunch of different meats, but the meats I ate them, okay?
Yeah. Like, give me all of it. I'll take everything.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and it's like, no, I don't know. It's just we, in spirituality, and of course what we eat ties into our spirituality and how open and tapped in we are, stuff like that, right? So it's like we have to start setting clear, defined lines for ourselves. I mean, the world's going to do what the world's going to do.
Right.
But we have to start setting these clear, defined lines, because that's how we manifest things. That's how we bring things into our reality by saying, this is what I want. This is what I'm going after. Right? Like, I'm quite sure how you got your space and everything you're doing now, right? So you had clear-cut goals. This is what I'm going to do. This I'm not letting up until I get this.
No, for real. Because like I told you, like, I painted this space a year before it became mine. And the whole time I'm painting it, I'm visualizing all of these things that I would do in this space. And it was so crazy how everything just flipped back, and it was just like, wow, I created this space for myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's, let me tell you, that's dope as hell. That's like...
Yeah. That was like the moment I realized the power of manifestation. Like, that was the moment I realized the power of visualization. Because I was literally in here painting, like, dang, like, this was a place in here. Like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah.
So, outside of this space, what do you think, have been some of the best things that you've manifested in life, right? Just like, you don't have to get personal, but like just some of the best things that you like, nah, I really feel like I outdid myself with that.
I mean, honestly, I really just feel like I get that feeling most from like my paintings. Like, cause just because I've been drawing for a long time, it doesn't, like, I still look at other artists and it's like, oh my God, people are so good, you know what I'm saying? And like,
honey,
I don't know, sometimes it just, cause especially, I feel like other artists who watch this are gonna be able to relate to this, because almost every piece I do, I come to a point where I'm like, I hate this. So it's like getting from like the the inspiration part to being like excited about doing, like, oh, I'm so excited, and then you start doing it and it doesn't come out exactly the way you want it to, so then you get disappointed. And then you keep going, and you finish, and then you're able to look back, and like once you get over that hump and you look back at your finished product, it's like, dang, I'm glad I didn't stop, you know, like, because sometimes I really do amaze myself. Like a lot of times I feel like art is definitely a part of my spiritual journey, because I look at myself like a vessel, like in my spiritual practice, in like my business, and as an artist. So like when I'm creating, a lot of times I don't know how I do the things that I do, and a lot of times I make mistakes and they turn into the best part of the art. And it's so like I feel like sometimes art isn't really just me creating. I feel like I'm creating through, like, you know, as a vessel, like spirit is creating through me. So
and it is. It is. Okay. No, but that's, you know, spirit manifests itself in everybody in different ways, right? And so that is your outlet. That's dope, right? That, and I'm saying that because some people get so caught up in life, right, that they don't step into their outlets. And then they get overworked and overwhelmed and stressed and depressed and anxious and right? So it's like, that's why you've been placed in the space that you've been placed in, because you have other individuals that
right. And that's another thing I was going to say with the last question you asked me, something that I manifested that made me, like, you know, just proud of, like, my manifestation skills. Excuse me, manifestation skills. It's just the fact that I was able to put together a team, and like the fact that I have such a good support system. Like, I'm sure that wasn't all me manifesting. I'm sure, like, my spiritual team is definitely, you know.
Oh, they were definitely,
you
like,
know, okay.
This one, that one.
Okay. Okay. Period. But yeah, just that's something that definitely makes me proud.
Because you have a nice assignment to help lots of individuals. So yeah.
Makes me excited.
As you should be, okay? I will tell you, it's gonna get a little nerve-wracking at times.
No, I was literally just about to say that, because I've been going through, like, just some, like, business owner things, you know, things that happen when you're a business owner. And the other day I found myself really frustrated, but I've been, like, working on alchemizing my emotions. So, and it was like, this was the first time where I did it subconsciously. It kind of just happened. And I kind of began to feel, instead of frustration for the fact that I'm going through this and having these problems, looking at it from a standpoint. And this kind of goes back to what you told me too about how my higher self kind of like takes over sometimes. So I felt like I was seeing things from her perspective for a second, and it was like, this is building you. Like, be happy that you're actually in this spot to have these experiences, so years down the line, you know, you don't even have to worry about this. Or if you do, you know exactly what to do. Yeah. So, yeah.
See? Spirit never lets us down. Spirit never, ever, ever. We can say what we want, but they always guiding us. We just got to be listening. If we're listening, then, you know, they'll talk. So I think that was a great confirmation, because she's like, you know, she sees me.
I do. Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to deny.
It's like, I want to try, but no.
She be too loud, like.
Don't they? Like, really loud, like. Sometimes annoyingly loud. Yeah, but that's only for our good. Like, it's really only for the best.
That's why I've just been expressing as much gratitude as possible.
That's one of the best things to do. Right? Hit them with the thank you, maybe some coins or petals.
Okay, some herbs. Okay.
Herbs, yeah. A lot of people definitely like herbs.
Okay. She did not lie.
Okay, like. But no, it really is. Oh, can we talk about that for 2 seconds? I think we got enough time. Like, y'all, listen to me, right? When building your feels natural to you. Do what they tell you to do. Don't do what you've seen on the internet. Don't do what you read in a book. If they tell you all they want is a candle, candle.
Okay.
Now if they ask you for steak, eggs, cheese, whatever, then you hit the supermarket. Okay. Right? But you literally don't stress yourself getting big monuments and statues.
You have what you need. Just use it. That's it.
That's
God
it.
always gives you exactly what you need when you need it.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because, so you don't have to stress. Just do what feels natural. Always, and not even just in that area. All across the board in your life. Always do what feels natural. Because if you're not doing what feels natural, again, it's your natural energy. It's your energy that draws people to you. It's your energy that... Her energy is the reason that I'm here. Okay.
So grateful.
There you go.
So grateful.
So your energy always precedes you. Your energy is always going to be your business card, your calling card. So